Ghee. Oh, whatever. Very good evening. Hope you all can hear my voice. Give me a second. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can hear.
Yes.
Great. I hope you are all fine. Give me a second. Let me share the screen.
Very
We will
fine.
start right away. We'll start with the prayer first. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Palms together. Pray to the God and the Gurus for guiding in the today's lesson. So you feel you are done. Slowly open your eyes. Okay. Today is the week 12. So little bit we are moving forward. In our usual thing, the revision is going on, but we are going to do it in a different way today. Give me a second. I'll share the screen first. Okay, every 12 weeks we'll modify the method of the revision so that we know how much we are progressing or not. Okay, first thing, today I will make the revision for every one of us. So from the next week, we will do how we do the revision on the earlier weeks, okay? I start with the elements. Agni, okay, why I mentioned is this one is the separate one. Even if you, Kenny sir may not encourage you to remember all this thing, mug up everything. But I highly recommend you to remember everything. It will be very much easy for us to identifying the quality whenever you are seeing the chart. Okay, so I highly recommend you to memorize this one. You can hear my voice, right? Is that bit scattering?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Okay. Let's start with the elements Agni. Agni is Mesha, Simha, Dhanu. Earth element Vrishaba, Kanya, Makar. Air Mithuna, Tula, Kumbha. Water Karka, Karkadaka. Otherwise Vrikshika, Meena. The qualities when comes into the movable Mesha Rasi, Karka, Tula, Mahar. Fixed quality Vrishaba, Simha, Vrikshika, Kumbha. Dual nature Mithuna, Kanya, Dhanu, Meena. Why I ask you to remember all these things, because when you see in the chart, we have to layer our analysis on top of each other. Like when you see in any of the graha in the Mesha Rasi, you have to understand what element in that Mesha Rasi. So we know it is Agni. Then we have to understand what is the quality on that. So Mesha is it's in the movable quality. Then it is a male energy or the female energy. Why the male and the female energy is important? Because when you are stacking the qualities on top of each other, the strongness or the softness of the quality which is represented by the male and the female energy. So that we can analyze based on the male or the female. Then we have to clearly understand who is the owner of the house. For the Mesha, it is Mars. And which are the Graha exalted and depleted? In the Mesha, Sun is exalted, depleted is the Saturn. So when he comes into the Vrishaba, so why the number is important? Suppose in case if you are seeing in the North Indian chart, the number is much more important. But for the South Indian chart, we no need to worry about the number. But still, I recommend you to remember this number. 1 means Mesha, 2 means Rishabha, 3 means Mithuna, 4 means Karkadaka, 5 means 5 Simha, 6 Kanya, 7 Tula, 8 Vrikshika, 9 Dhanu, 10 Makar, 11 Kumbha, 12 Meena. So I'm a little bit fast in the revision so that we can cover our lesson very quickly. My estimation of the revision is within, I thought to finish in 5:10, so we can continue with the lesson. A little bit I am fast, I know. I hope you can follow me along with this division. Okay. When it comes into the Mesha, we already know about the Agni in the element, movable in the quality, male energy, owner of the house is Mars, exalted Sun, depleted Saturn. Rishabha, earth element, fixed quality, female energy, Venus is the owner of the house, Moon is the exalted, nothing is depleted here. Mithuna or Gemini. Air is the element, dual in nature, male energy, Mercury is the owner of the house, nothing is exalted or depleted. Okay. Karkataka, water is the element, movable quality, female energy, Moon is the owner of the house, exalted as Jupiter, depleted as and the Simha, Agni, fixed in quality, male energy, Sun is the owner of the house, nothing is exalted or depleted. Kanya, earth element, dual in nature, female energy, Mercury is the owner of the house, exalted Mercury, depleted Venus. Tula, air element, movable quality, male energy, Venus is the owner of the house, exalted Saturn, depleted Sun. So today we are going to see this one from Tula only. Rakshika, water element, fixed quality, female energy, Mars is the owner of the house, depleted Moon, no exalted here. Dhanush, Agni is the element, dual in nature, male energy, Jupiter is the owner of the house, no exalted, depleted. Makar, earth element, movable quality, female energy, Saturn is the owner of the house, exalted Mars, depleted Jupiter. And the Kumbha, air element, fixed quality, male energy, Saturn is the owner of the house, nothing is exalted or depleted. Okay, last one, Meena, and the Jupiter is the owner of the house, water element, dual quality, female energy, Jupiter is the owner of the house, exalted Venus, depleted Mercury. Okay. When you're seeing the aspect, Sun looks, all the planets looks at the 7th house. That was the default one. And the special aspects are for the Jupiter 5, 7, 9 house, Mars for 4, 7, 8, Saturn 3, 7, 10, Rahu and Ketu 3, 7, 11. Okay. That's all about our revision today. I finished in 7 minutes. That's awesome. If you are not able to follow that one, that's totally fine. Whenever you see this Kalapurusha chart, you're able to understand what are the things in it. That's more than enough. Okay, let's quickly get into our today's lesson. We'll finish the Lagna thing today. Okay. We're going to see from Tula. I hope everybody can see the PPT. Yes or no?
Yes, we can see.
That's awesome. Okay, from next week onwards, memorize the Kalapurusha chart so we can. I will make it in a different way of the revision. This week I really didn't have a time to make anything, so that I went with this one. Next week I try to make it a different way of the revision so that we can enjoy the revision time also. Okay, let's start with the Tula. We are only seeing the aspects of the Tula. If the Tula is in the Lagna, what are the characteristics? What are the key features? That are the things we are going to learn in the past 2 weeks. So now we are going to see what will happen when the Tula is the Lagna for the native. Before coming into the characteristics and the key features, let's understand what is the Tula. Okay. It's in the Kalapurusha, it is in the 7th. If a number 7 means it's a Tula only. Okay, then the element is the air and the quality is the movable. Let's first understand these two, then combine with the male energy, then we will see what are the characteristic key features later. Okay, when coming to the air element, they're always flow in the their characters is always flow. They don't like to stay in one place. They want to flow. They want change in everything. They want change in the work. They want to change in the living location. They want change in everything. They don't want to stay in one particular thing for a very long time. And this is the quality of the air. Okay, remember how were the air quality exactly applicable here? How the air element will work? It's exactly applicable here. It feels like the air was filled in everywhere. Same thing, these people's characters is also like that. Okay. Then when it is combined with the movable quality, the gary quality is increased. What will happen? They don't like to stay in one place. They want to move. They want to uh, spread the wings. That's the nature of them. But here is the thing, and I add on with that, it was the male energy. Okay, when you see the characteristics, you can combine and see and compare against it why this characteristics applicable to the Tula Lagna. Okay. In addition to the airy nature, movable quality, the male energy was on top of it. It gives an additional strength to them. It's not only in the mental level, they also have the physical level, mental and physical energy to move forward. They don't want to stay at one place. Okay. And additionally, and the Venus is the owner of the house. Okay, the native can be a very beautiful person in the physical appearance. It's not like 100%. The beauty depends on the person to person, how they are defined a person. But most of the time, the features of the native will be very well defined. When the Venus is the owner of the house, the Tula Lagna, the people's features is very well defined. And here, the Saturn is the exalted one. Saturn is exalted means whenever usually the Saturn will gives for other grahas, it will slow down their benefits. But when the Tula Lagna, if the Saturn was in the Tula Lagna, it was in the exalted thing. What is that meaning? It will give you the real benefits. Okay. Sun is depleted here. Here is the thing. Here is a very beautiful things you can note and watch every people's around you also. The peoples who were born on a Tula Lagna, definitely they will wear glass, or one or the other way they will have the problem with their eyes. Why? The any kind of that glass is relevant to the sun. The dominance of the sun energy is high in the mirror, all kind of the mirrors. There is also a difference when it was there is a difference in the dominance of the energy also. But if the mirror it was not decorated, if it was decorated, it becomes the Venus energy. If it was not decorated, it was a plain mirror, then it is always the sun dominance is high. If the Tula Lagna people, definitely 190% of the people, if the Tula Lagna people, definitely they will wear specs. Let's see people's around you, if that was true or not. And sometimes if they are not wearing specs also, they have the vision problem or any kind of the eye related stuff. Okay, that was the one. And definitely they have this is one thing I learned from one of my teachers. Let's see whether it is possible for whether you can also find it the same thing true or not. In the peoples who are living in the Tula Lagna, one of the peoples in their family, they may get the dog bites. It may true or not. Go and check it, find out whether that is true or not. They may get that dog bites, or they in their family they may one or the other peoples may have the injury on the head. This may or may not happen, but let's see whether if the people's having the Tula Lagna, the peoples around them are having this quality or not. You try to check it whether that is a real thing or not. But as per my understanding, when I see the peoples around me, it was 100% true. And if the peoples are Tula Lagna, they definitely wear their specs. And I didn't see the peoples who are born on the Tula Lagna without the specs. I didn't see that. Maybe I'm wrong totally, but this is what my understanding. If you see the different perspective, please let me know. Okay, that was about the depleted of the sun. This is the few things I said about the depletion of the sun. There are the many things in it. We'll see one by one later on, but I don't want to put everything in one bowl today itself. We'll see very small amount of the information in every classes. Okay, this is about the from the Kalapurusha chart, we understand this kind of the information at one hand. Let's see about the bhavas. remember the Bhavas is the direction of the individual in the year. When it was saying, okay, the first house, second house, third house means it's representing the direction over the people's living on the year. Okay. When it is comes into the seventh house, that is the Tula, it represents your relationship, spouse, and the partners. Okay. These three things was mentioned here in the seventh house. Okay, now let's come into with all this kind of the few information, we'll jump into the characteristics. A charismatic means really they are beautiful because they have the features in their face, and obviously they are attractive, and they are very much attractive to the opposite gender also because they have the very clean defined features in their face. Pleasing personality means they are not like um, they don't have kind of throwing the harsh words to someone. They were very cool persons. They just want to be good to everyone, very good to every people. The pleasing personalities becomes the nature of them. Okay, here comes the thing. Very passionate means they had a tendency to do any kind of the work with passionate sense. If they want to do any kind of, even if they want to fill one single page of the paper, they will do with all their efforts. If they want to give any kind of the speech or any kind of work, whatever it is, any small work, they will do with their utmost effort in with them. Okay, high self-esteem, it becomes the negative also for them. It becomes a positive for them also. They always want to live in a high self-esteem. They want to be always progress and want to move forward with the high self-esteem phase one. Okay, if the people's Tula Lagna peoples involved in the business, their analytical skill is very remarkable and it was commendable in nature. No one can cheat them. Their analytical skill was very awesome in such a way that they know they can focus the business not only in the 1 or 2 years, they can able to focus the business in 10 years later, 20 years later also. That's why their business skills was awesome. In some people's I saw their administrative skills is also very high. Only because of this analytical skills in them, their business skills was, their administration skills is also very high. And the art and culture comes in mostly in a number of the lagnas or other lagnas also. But here, when it comes into the art and culture, these people are involved in the paintings. I'm not saying that Tula Lagna people is always the artistic in nature. They had in the mind, they had a good imaginative power because their mind was always moving. They are not staying at one location. Their mind is also moving. They have the very good imagination power. Say, when they took the pen in the hand, when they took the brush in their hand, their imagination skill was super duper high. So they can define whatever they want. They can define whatever they imagine in their mind. They put it they give us an output to the paper. So that's what my understanding. Maybe the art and culture, maybe anything. They can be the good writers. Okay, there was one more thing. My father is the Tula Lagna, but his handwriting was really worse. But when he draw anything, it was so good, and you can't even take your eye off even for a minute, even for a second, I would say. But my father's handwriting was, it's not good. You can't even read that paper. But his drawing skill was very remarkable. And when he draw any kind of consider one, he drew a fish, and if the real fish was next to it, you can't even differentiate them. That kind of the remarkable skill they have. I'm just giving an example. Try to find out how these peoples will around you. Okay, high risk taking energy means they even though they know if they are going to fail in such any kind of project, they willing to take that risk. Some people they feel like, no, I want the 100% guarantee only, then I put my feet into that uh, any kind of an action. But these people will know this is the high risk, even though I am going to step into it. That kind of the energetic people. Why? Remember, these peoples are air and the movable, and it's also the male energy was on top of it. That's why their energy level was too high. And always these people are considered as the fortunate born. Okay, you may ask why these people are considered as the fortunate born. But this because number of the people they experience the Tula Lagna people are fortunate born. That's why they consider as the fortunate born. Okay, the key features most are the entrepreneurs only, because why? They had the good analytical skills and the administration power is also too high. But these peoples are not similar to the Simha Lagna people. Remember that one. There is the little bit difference here. Okay, weakness. Very passionate. Okay, that's why the passionate is the good for them, because they were very good in whatever they are doing. But at the same time, they was too much concentrate on only one work. For example, if they don't want to move forward into the another, they want to get deeper into it, the same work again and again. At the same time, they are very argumentative. If they believe in one thing, they want to emphasize on to everybody. They want to force them to do this, whatever they believe in their mind. They are very good argumentative, and you won't get, they don't like to get no. They want to get yes from you only. Okay. Any one of you is Tula Lagna people here? Any one of you? And I will tell you this one about.
Ma'am, my son is Tula.
Is there anything is matching here?
Yes, especially the weakness that argumentative and very passionate. So he has very, his ideologies, he sticks to it. He's only 6 years, I must say, but I do find that he loves to paint. He loves to do artwork. He would not want to write, like you said, but he would love to draw and paint. And it will never be an error. So if he will never rub it 10 times and draw. If he draws, it will be just one stroke and it is over. It may not be the most beautiful drawing yet because he's only 6, but he is very sure of what he's drawing. He never rubs his drawings.
Yeah.
And yes, very high self-esteem. He will always try to have a good face in public. And if we try to embarrass him, he'll get very offended. And he's very fiercely high self-esteem he has. And I don't know about business skills and analysis. Maybe in future we'll come to know
Yeah,
about
true.
it. Yeah. But
And I
his
was
he is Simha moon sign, ma'am. So how does that I mean alter the? So of course I wouldn't say he would be 100% Tula then. Maybe a mix of Simha moon sign also, the characters of Simha moon.
wait, he's the Tula Lagna, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can call me Vanita, please.
Okay.
The Tula, mostly in men or the women, most of the time, the Lagna speaks a lot. Lagna speaks 75% of the time. The Rasi will tell you the current time only. For example, because the Lagna represent the base characters, the native characteristic. Whenever they are born, when the sun was rising at that Lagna, that zodiac sign, that exactly represent any of the self, exactly represent you, exactly represent the native. So you can 100% believe on the Lagna instead of the moon sign. The Rashi you will say, right? Which Rasi he is in?
Simha Rashi.
Simha Rasi. The Rasi will represent on the present time only. But the base characteristic, you have to get it from the Lagna. That's why the Lagna is very much important. All the if you only see this Rasi, right, it will be tell you only the 25% of the thing only correct. But if you are mainly dependent on that Lagna, you will get the exact answer. I mean, you can get the exact characteristic of the person.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And my Lagna is also Tula Lagna, so I can 100% sure to the thing which I said, it's exactly matched with me. So the peoples will born on this one, you can exactly match on the Lagna instead of the Rasi. So the Lagna will definitely match 70% of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody other than this? No one? Okay, I'll move on then. Okay, Vrikshika Lagna. Okay, these people are very, very interesting, and most of the time, these people will get a very bad name. They are saying that these peoples are like a Scorpio. They will bite you like anything. The words are very harsh. This is all the common thing we can hear, right? But actually, it was not like that. You will understand why. Okay, the Vrikshika. Let's understand how the Vrikshika list. It's the eighth number is 8. And the house is also 8th house from the Kalapurusha chart. Okay. The element is the water. The water, how is the water nature? They fit into everything. Where when you put in the water into any kind of a container, it exactly fit wherever it is. Right? These people are also for a second. Okay. The water properties is exactly this. The Vrikshika people is also same thing. They fit into any kind of an environment. If you put into any environment, they will fit into that environment. Same times they are very much flexible. They want to nourish everybody. Every character was there, but there was one character was important. What is that? They won't express anything. They won't express anything to everybody. They know the secret, everybody's secrets, but they want to spill out any kind of the secrets to anybody. Why this nature was coming? Because the fixed quality was there, right? That fixed quality makes them very strong. They are very much fixed. They know what they want to do. Same time, they understand everybody. They keep watch, they listen, they observe everybody around them. They know everybody's secrets, but they won't spill out anything. That's why they won't talk anything. But at the same time, what will happen, this kind of the characteristics, they hold all kind of the emotions inside them. They won't express easily. For example, if you are living with one Vrikshika Lagna person, he or she hold all kind of the emotions with them for very, very long time. Then one point in time, they burst out. They don't want to hold anymore. That time, you will get whatever they speak, you can't answer them because they know what they want to ask. That point in time, the people feel like they are like Scorpio. They bite you like anything. They spill out the harsh words. No, it was not like that. They are putting their emotions very long time. The pent up emotions was burst out at one point in time. That point in time, you can't even answer any of their question. At least you can't even answer one question from them. That's why the people will feel like they are speaking very harsh words. Actually, it wasn't. They are exactly asking the correct question. And remember, the female energy was included in it. That is why they are holding that emotions for a very, very long time. Imagine, consider this point in time, this character's water and fixed male energy was involved in it. They want to hold the energy. They will spill out immediately. But here, the water and the fixed quality, and add on top of it is a female. That's why they're holding the energy for a very long time. Okay, that is the Vrikshika people. And here, the Mars is the owner of the house. Here, the moon is the depleted. Okay, here is the point. The Vrikshika peoples, whenever they can shine in everything. They are very, very strong peoples. But here is the one point. If they lose their mind, if they lose their mental strength, they make failure in everything. The only one thing is if their mind was strong, if their mind was super strong, no one can beat them because they are really, really very strong peoples. None of the other peoples have that kind of an energy, but these peoples were very much strong. But the one condition, if their mind was collapsed, the entire thing was collapsed. No one can save them. How much they preserve their mind, how much they preserve their mental strength, that much they succeed in their life. That's why the moon was depleted here. If the moon was moon depleted in Vrikshika, If their emotion, they didn't have the control on their emotion, they can't succeed in anything. That's only one point you have to remember. If the Vrikshika people want to succeed in their life, only very, very simple thing. They just have to control their emotions, take charge of their emotions. That's it. And one more thing. When the Vrikshika people if they can do the new moon meditation or the full moon meditation, they get a full benefit. Importantly, if you're doing the full new moon meditation, remember there is a new moon and the full moon, there's huge difference. In the full moon, the moon absorbs the sun energy and exhibit to everybody and give it to everyone in the world, everyone in the universe. But on the new moon means Amavasya. When in the Amavasya, exact moon energy you will acquire. It's not when the borrowed energy, it was an exact moon's energy. The people will think like, no, there was no moon, how the moon will give an energy? No, it will, because that was the moon energy. If you do the meditation on the moon energy, there was a tremendous amount of the cosmic energy, cosmic moon energy will absorb to your body. That it's a nature, it was a nature thing. We don't need to do anything additionally. Mostly if you have a habit of doing in meditation, I highly recommend you to do on the new moon meditation, particularly if you are a Vrikshika people. And one more additional, if you are a Vrikshika Lagna, and additionally if you are born on the Amavasya Paurnami, definitely do the new moon meditation. That gives a large amount of the benefit. Why? When you are doing on the new moon meditation or the full moon meditation, you have the complete control on your mental state. Okay, that is only one point there. Okay, now let's jump into the 8th house properties. It will tell you how many years you are going to live, longevity, and troubles and the secrets. Most of the time, this house represents the occult signs and the in-laws futures. Okay, the occult signs, I will tell you one thing. Not every people in the world can acquire the occult signs, but some peoples can have this kind of the tremendous opportunity to touch or taste the occult signs. And the people who born on the Vrikshika Lagna, they have that. There is one more Lagna also. They have that property to experience the occult signs. That we will see that later. But this is also, remember, I'm not saying all the Vrikshika Lagna people will have the occult signs. No. Okay. The 8th house property is the occult signs. You can have the chance to acquire this opportunity to study the occult signs. Okay. Now let's come into the Vrishika Lagna exact characteristics. They are very, very idealistic. What does that mean? If they decide on one particular path, they decided to choose to go in one direction, they are very much strict. They don't want to go in this side or that side. They always be like that. And they're perfectionist. What is that meaning? If they consider they are arranging the home, they want to be like that only. If they want to arrange their desk, they want to be like that one. Imagine they are doing the garden and they made the arrangement in the garden. This plant goes that way, that plant goes that way, and the water arrangement will be in the L shape or Y shape. They want to be in such a way that if you want to modify, go and ask them to modify any single bit of the direction, they won't do it because they feel that it was not that kind. It won't be give that kind of the perfection in their work. I'm just giving an example. They do everything, even while they're eating, while they were sleeping. Every minute they are super duper perfectionist. Okay, getting into the depth. This is the key quality of these peoples. Getting into the depth means whenever they are studying or whenever they are doing any kind of the work, they will go one level deeper other than the normal peoples. For example, the other Lagna peoples, the Thula Lagna peoples getting into studying something, they will go one level deeper only. But the Vrikshika Lagna peoples, they will go 10 levels deeper. They go deeper. That's why they are very, very good researcher. And they're because of the getting into depth, that this one particular quality, their professional skill was really, really high. and good healer. Okay, remember why these people are good healer, even though the moon energy was depleted here. Okay, this one I will leave it to you to find the answer. This was a very important, interesting, important aspect here. You try to find out, even though the moon is depleted, but these people are good healer. Okay, find out that answer. Okay, why the interrogation comes into the picture? Because they, whenever they are doing, they won't be, they want to study anything into shallow fish. They will go deeper into it. But I always compare this one against with forgot the name, forgot the name. Oh my God, forgot the name. Most of the time, the detectives are like that. They go one level deeper. They go one more level deeper to find out the exact meaning. And these people are like that. They will go find an answer in everything. Because of that, this particular quality, they achieve in everything. They, if they decided, I want to accomplish A goal or B goal, they will do. And with that particular kind of a duration, these people have this kind of wonderful quality because of the fixed nature, the fixed quality in the nature of them that makes them to strongly firm on one thing, and they had the mindset to finish and accomplish the goal. Okay, now it comes into the key feature. Obviously, when you see into all kind of the good qualities of them, they are very good researchers. If the Vrikshika Lagna peoples get into the research field, any kind of the research field, even the archaeologist or the any astrological research or any kind of the scientific research, chemistry, any kind of the research, these people are shine like anything. And most of the scientists, knowingly or unknowingly, they belongs to Vrikshika Lagna peoples. Okay, their weakness. They should not think negative, but they had the okay, when they think negative means when the moon energy was depleted in them very too much, their thinking capacities is also getting lower, and they always think in a negative because they go deep into one level or number of levels deeper than normal people's. There is a higher level of the probability their thinking capacity will goes into a negative. That's why I said their mental strength should be strong. Um, if their mental or emotional strength is strong, then they won't think negative. They always think the positive thing. And sometimes they, because of their super duper nature and they know their professional skill, they underestimate something. This happens sometimes for them. These are the two weakness, prominent weakness. This is not only the weakness for them, prominent two weakness. Okay, what are the things they have? They should not do. They should not lose their temper. Okay, why? Because if uh, they're not this normal people's, like they will, whenever they get an anger they expose them immediately and erase the anger immediately. These people hold the anger, they hold the grudges for very, very long time. That's why they should not lose their temper. If they lose their temper, they spoil everything. They spoil not only the chemistry with others, they spoil everything in and around of them. What is that meaning in and around of them? In within themselves, now around them also. Okay. Anybody belongs to Vrishika Lagna peoples?
Vanita, this is Neelam. I belong to this.
How was that match with you?
It matches 100%.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah.
You also? Somebody was saying? I couldn't hear anything. Anybody was
Sanjeev.
saying? Oh, okay.
Sanjeev,
How is that matches with you?
quite well.
That's awesome. Okay.
Very-
I have one question for these two Vrikshika Lagna peoples.
Yes.
Any times you had a healing other peoples? You had a tendency of healing other peoples or involved in healing any kind of the techniques?
Vanita, I'm into healing for the last 30 years.
I know that. Oh, okay. How come you become a good healer?
Actually, I was a very bad case of asthma.
Mhm.
And I traveled all over the world and they said there is no cure for asthma. So I
Mhm.
got into healing. I healed myself first and then I got into healing. So now I help others to change
That's
their life.
awesome. That's awesome. Anybody else?
I'm a doctor.
That speaks a lot. That's awesome. Okay, this is my understanding about that. How come they become the good healer? Because they understand when they involved in something, right? When they were not able to achieve anything, their mind capacity will say, no, I can do it. They will do the research and they put themselves into it and they completely throw themselves into it. That's why their mental strength was increased and they know what is the new each and everything into that kind of the healing property. And if I see if I can able to see the chart, we can easily identify why the healing property was very, very high. This Vrikshika Lagna peoples was really high because of the tremendous mental strength. But if they lose that strength, the healing capacity also goes away. But they have to be as I would say, they have to be stabilized their balance their mental and emotion for very, very long time. But anytime do you Neelam, do you do the new moon meditation?
Yes, yes, I do the new moon meditation. I've been into meditation also for a number of years, Vanita.
That's
And
awesome.
it is really a big help. And
Truly,
it's
yeah.
very rare that you lose your temper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
How about you,
So
Doctor?
it
You
is-
also doing the new moon meditation? Dr.
Me?
Sanjay? Yeah.
No, no, I have not been doing anything, but I'll take your advice as to your suggestions and things.
Try and share your experience, Doctor. Any point in time, if you feel the new moon meditation gives something to you, share your experience also, because that's what I heard from others. The new moon meditation. Okay, I do the meditation for all the time, but I feel the new moon meditation gives a different type of an energy. Yeah. Okay. Anybody Vrikshika Lagna peoples? Okay, let's move into another one. Okay, these people are super in very good in a different level. I will tell you why. Okay. Dhanur Lagna people was a ninth from the Kalapurusha chart. From the ninth means the Dhanur means you understand the Dhanush symbol, right? It's a bow and arrow symbol. But there was then one animal was represented in that Dhanur Lagna. We'll see that about the animal also later in the session. Now we'll quickly jump into the characteristic and the key features. Before that, we'll understand what is the Agni and the dual and male energy. This people element, the Dhanur zodiac sign belongs to the Agni. Okay, they are how the fire will behave. Exactly these people. They are very much fire in nature. They were, what does that mean? Fire in nature. They want to do anything at the high speed. If they want to do anything in a high speed, they don't like any kind of the slow phases. They always want to do anything and everything immediately. But in add-on to that, the dual energy was comes into the picture. What is that meaning? They had the fixed qualities also. They have the movable qualities also. It was it was in the middle. They have the dual quality. One mind will say, okay, I want to do it. The other mind will say, I don't want to do it. Okay, this kind of the thought process will always there in their mind. Why? The decision making is tough for them. They always on the cat on the wall. That's why they sometimes they feel like I'm not achieving anything, because their element was Agni. They want to do everything very fast. They want to achieve anything, but their quality was like this, always on the cat on the wall. I want to, one mind will say, okay, take the safety measures. The other mind will say, no, take high risk, go jump into it. But this mind will say, no, 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 don't take it. And they always stay in the cat on the wall. And add on to it, the male energy was stacked on the top. What is the male energy will do? Whatever your quality, whatever your element, it will increase that. It will increase that quality. Okay. Based on this one, the owner of the house is the Jupiter. The Jupiter is the auspicious planet among all the planets. Jupiter is the very much auspicious. If the Jupiter sees any planet, it becomes auspicious, even though if it was not a good planet. Inauspicious planet, when the Jupiter sees, it becomes the auspicious planet. And Jupiter is the owner. And if the owner is also present on the Lagna, they definitely will be in a teacher. No matter what, they definitely will be in a teacher. Okay, there was no exalted and depleted. That's a good sign. There is none of the planet was exalted, none of the planet was depleted. But Jupiter is the model. Okay, this Dhanur Lagna people, how the bow and arrow will do, like same thing. Whenever they put the target on one thing, if they imagine, okay, this is my goal, this is my destination, I want to reach here, they definitely reach. That kind of the qualities is always with them. But the only one thing they had the side, I would say that was the demerit for them is the dual nature. They always sit on the cat on the wall. The decision making is very, very not in their good phase as which their mental level. They always in the decision making is very tough for them. Okay, let's come into the characteristics. Okay, when I say the dual nature, right, I say in a very negative sense, but the characteristics was very positive. How? Because of this dual nature, they're very much dynamic. Their dynamic means can't even imagine how much they are dynamic. How? These people also get anger very much easily, but same time they won't show their anger to everybody. They exactly show the anger to the people who they want to show. Normally the peoples will show the anger to everybody when they are angry, right? But these peoples will show exactly to the peoples where they want to express to. The dynamic in the nature means they don't want to, they stay in the same kind of the emotion all the time. If they have the anger, they dust it off and move on to another thing. And they're focused on goal oriented. This was their nature. This was their ultimate nature for them, because when they focus and they want to reach that one, they definitely will reach. They're too much focused. It was their basic nature for them. Okay, frank and open. This is the good and bad for them. Why? Because when they're fast in nature. Remember, they're Agni. They're fast in nature. Their decision making is not that much good. They're always in the cat on the wall. But remember these two qualities, and their nature is the very frank peoples, and they want to say anything to anybody. They will exactly tell their mistake in front of them. They don't like to hide anything. They will say you did this one and this is wrong. They are not a good diplomatic person. They are right away tell them you are doing this wrong and this is your mistake. They are that much frank. Because of their agony in them, they force you to tell them, okay, you did this mistake and this is wrong. And that's why their bold and courageous is also come. Okay, why the dual nature plays a role here? They are very frank and open, but they are not thinking. They are not, sometimes you may not able to say the mistake at all point in time to everybody, right? You have to think and say, okay, this is the right place, right person, right time. Then only you can able, this quality of the frank and open will help you, correct? But these people don't think about anything. None, whether the good place or right people, they don't mind about anything. Immediately when they want to say anything, they tell, okay, this is your mistake and you did this. That kind of the frank and open, it's also backfire to them. Because of their Agni element, they are always bold and courageous. They don't want to fear for anything. But they are also fear with something. I'm not saying you are out of the fear. They don't like to fear, but they have the fear. But the bold and courageous percentage was really, really high. Okay, this certain culture was quite different. They involved in anything. Mostly these peoples were involved in the sports. Any sports which involved in the highly focused, these peoples are very much interested to do that. Their mind will go, they love that sports. They love that kind of the sports. And they involved in the dancing, they involved in the, I'm not saying any kind of the people who are involved in the music, but if they involved, they will do whatever they want to in that field. Okay, any kind of thought and culture. It wasn't a common thing for them. Okay, good sense of humor. This is the good point for them also. This is sometimes 100% of the time it is a savior for them also. Because their basic nature was like they don't hide anything. They will tell whatever their mistake in front of them. But this one good sense of humor save most of the time. Okay. whenever this Dhanur Lagna people staying in the birthplace, staying in wherever they are born, they won't get succeed. It's not like the rules written on the stone. It's a kind of the experienced statement. If the peoples was living on the overseas, they are considered, if you're born in India, you are staying in another country, definitely you will be succeed. You won't be succeed on your own birth country. That's what the success more overseas means. Okay. Key features always they are it's their nature. Their hunting is their nature. They want to achieve something, means they put the target in front of them. I imagine the Arjuna and the Dhanur Lagna as the one thing. And one more, I go one more level deeper. I always imagine the one more person, Ekaleva and Dhanur Lagna. Okay, they are the task accomplisher. The whatever in front of them, they will achieve. Okay, don't imagine the Arjun and the Ekaleva as just an archer. They are beyond their archery, because whenever you say, even though they are in epic characteristics, the Arjuna is not only the archer. If you want to become an archery, it's not only you are stretching your bow and arrow and putting, releasing your arrow. It's not like that. You have to put your everything into one focus. And that too, when comparing to an Arjuna, he was a good. They will in Tamil they will say good Davasi. Davasi means the people who do the meditation for very long time. They do the sadhana for very long time. That people they say it is Davasi. Okay, let's come into here. The key features means they are that kind of the people. Dhanur Lagna peoples are very concentrated one thing at one time. Definitely they will achieve. No one can stop them. It's like that the arrow was released from the bow. How much no one can stop it, right? Until unless something is blocked in front of them. That kind of the peoples they are. The okay, weakness is like this. Because of the Agni in nature, the speed of the speed, it was in the inborn quality for them, and the male energy is also involved. The dual nature, all things comes into the picture. The other peoples will see them as a merciless peoples. They feel like because they will achieve their goal. They don't want to see anything. They want to achieve their goal. They don't see anybody who's affected or not, who get for achieving the goal. This many peoples will get affected. No, they won't see anything. Their thing only in front of what they want to achieve. That's it. That's why the peoples will see them as a merciless peoples. But actually, their inborn quality was like that. Their fire was telling them, okay, don't set, go and achieve something. That is the Dhanur Lagna people. And what I saw in that was when the Dhanur Lagna people, if the Jupiter was there, definitely they will teach. That's what I understand. Anybody was in Dhanur Lagna here? No one? I hope.
I am.
You were? You were?
That's right.
Anything which I said was not right, and anything which is not correct?
Everything absolutely right, except for that overseas part. I've never been overseas. I mean, I've never lived overseas, so I can't say about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's obvious. That's what I'm saying. The success more overseas means is not applicable to every person. It was an experienced statement. Like if you are born in Dhanur Lagna, you may get succeed overseas if you are living on overseas. It was like it may or may not match with you. That's
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
So you are a pilot, right?
Me?
That's right.
See, Vanita, he used to be a pilot. So some of the characteristics, your overseas characters can get applied there, right? He was above the air, flying.
Yeah. Okay, the success more overseas means you no need to go, you no need to live there. You're flying from one place to another place. That makes sense. Wait, it's up to the individual also. Some people will believe if I want to stay in an overseas for a very long time, then that makes sense. Okay, not all of them will match you. Don't worry about that. Some of the key features will match you, and Okay, don't worry about this. That is more oversized means it's up to the individual. If you don't believe it, don't believe it.
Sorry, I just remembered him saying that he used to be a pilot. So I thought these characteristics could get applied to him. So
That is correct. I agree to whatever she said so far.
Mm.
I have not lived overseas, so that is why I mentioned it.
That's okay. That's awesome. Okay, anybody? Dhanur Lagna? Okay, I will move on quickly. I may not finish everything with today. Let's finish with at least Magar Lagna. Okay, let's see. In the Kala Purusha, it was the 10th one, 10th house. Magar, Capricorn in the English. It combines the earth element, mobile in nature, mobile quality, female. Okay, let's combine all the things into one. The earth, which is have the quality, what does that mean? They are very much stable. Whatever the thing, how the soil will be, it will hold you, right? Whenever you put anything, the plant or the trees, it will hold you. It will allow you to root. The same quality these people's also. They are very very stable in nature. They don't want to be shakeable in any kind of with their emotions or the physical thing. They are very much stable. They are root to the they are always true to whatever they want to. Okay, and the movable quality, here comes the trick. Okay, they are movable in nature. Imagine when you don't want to be shakeable, and the movable quality apply on top of it, what you will do? They have the tendency, they want to move, they want to succeed, but at the same time they hold that patience. Even though the quality of the movable thing will be there, movable thing means some kind of the quality they allow them to change. It was like they don't want to be fixed. We also see the earth with the fixed nature, right? The earth with the fixed nature is it won't allow you to change. They are very very stubborn people. They are very adamant peoples. But these peoples, the Makar Lagna peoples, are very very flexible people. They are also stable. They don't want to change anything. But at the same time, if they want to change, okay, they allow them to change. Okay. And the female energy, this was the one good quality for them. Even though this kind of the stable nature and the mobile quality, and the female quality on top of it means it won't be forceful, but it will hold that strength. The hold the stand in a very very sweetest way, I would say. Okay, here the owner is the Saturn, and the Mars is the exalted, and the Jupiter is depleted. Here comes the one. Okay, I will tell you when we are coming here. I will tell you the one good point which I saw in person also. The characteristics about these people. Okay, before that, let's see the Kala Purusha's 8th house, so 10th house, because my mind goes fast. That's why let's come into the 10th house. Work, career, power, and the status. All things represented by the 10th house. See into the characteristics. The high level of the endurance. This is the best and best qualities for them. How this quality will come? Because of the earthy nature. Their earth element was the inborn nature for them. That's why they have the endurance level was really, really very high. Because of the earth, most of the earth peoples are balanced in nature. If you can see all the kind of the qualities, the peoples with the water element, they won't express anything. They won't express the emotion. For the earth peoples, they are very much balanced, and their endurance level was really, really high. They are like slow and steady. If you see the Agni peoples are really fast. They want to achieve everything at a very very fast speed. Like if you see in a YouTube video, the 2x speed is the Agni. Okay, the normal speed is the air. Okay, I'm just giving an example. You see how you experience the same thing will come here. These people are very very slow and steady, but the same time they are very very hard workers. If you The karma yogi means there are many kind of the yogis will be there, right? The peoples will follow the bhakti, they becomes the bhakti yogi. The peoples will do the jnana, the knowledge, they becomes the jnana yogi. The different yogis will be there, right? These peoples are karma yogi. In any kind of an yogic teaching, if you go and learn, the one part of the lessons always will be the karma yoga. Without the karma yoga, we can't achieve anything. What is that meaning? You have to do all kind of the works you have to do in your life. These peoples are the very, very good examples of the Karma Yogi. You go ahead and learn about research about this. What is the Karma Yogi means? Everybody in their life, in their day-to-day life, everybody is the Karma Yogi. But especially these peoples, the Makara Lagna peoples, are very good examples of them. Okay, here comes the very, very interesting point that these peoples are very good economists, and they are always think in a positive way. Even if it was 1,000 negative things comes in front of them, they will always think in an optimistic way and always think in a positive way. Okay, here the art and culture is also here, but here they mostly it involves in the media. They may be the reporters, they may be the writers or cartoonists or any kind of art and culture related with the media. Okay. Now comes the last point. This is the very beautiful point. These peoples are really, really, really beautiful. Men or women, doesn't matter. These peoples are really beautiful. And you can easily understand them if the peoples are in front of you. You can easily understand they really get the blessings of the goddess Venus. Goddess of Venus is the Lakshmi, how the Lakshmi will be. The beauty is not only in the beauty, they at the good level of all kind of the luxury in their life. They won't bond without the luxury. They always bond with the luxury. And you can see these peoples when the Makara Lagna people, and if the sun is also on the Makara Lagna, these people are really beautiful and always born with the luxury. Okay, one more thing. Most of the time, the Makara Lagna peoples always had a tendency to hear the music. Some peoples, because due to some other things, they lose their listening capacity. Listening capacity means they don't want to hear the music. They don't want to enjoy the music. That kind of the stages also the people will go. So the one point here is the music is the gift for them. For the Makara Lagna people, they should not throw away the music. The music is a very much gift for them. Okay, then here one point here. The Makara Lagna, the element is the earth. And remember, exalted is the Mars. The Mars is the one story will come. Mars is the son of the earth. Mars will come from the earth. The Mars, other name is the Kuja. Kuja means who means earth. He come from the earth. That's why the earth and the Mars, when the earth was there, the exalted is the Mars. You can combine in that way also. Okay. The key features is the enormous patience. Remember, it is the key features, but that is again the weakness for them also. They had a good patience, that was the key features for them. But when it comes into the weakness, they are economists, we already saw that. But here comes the point. These people, they don't like, whenever they went into the shopping, they choose everything. Okay, I saw these people. I know the people who belongs to the Makara Lagna. You can enjoy the shopping with them. They will choose all the things they want. Okay, when come into the counter, near to the counter, they said no, I don't want. Nothing will be in the cart. Okay, this was an interesting experience. They don't. They are unable to decide what they want to spend also, what they want to invest also. But even though, remember, they are good economists. This is the contrary characteristic for them. But these peoples are really adorable, and and they know because of their hard work they achieve anything. Even though this kind of that unable to decide anything, but if they get the good handhold of somebody who can handle this decision making the process, they nourish and flourish very well. Okay, anybody belongs to Makara Lagna? Why exit 4 minutes? Anybody belongs to Makara Lagna?
My father, his thing, zodiac sign was Makara. I can relate to one characteristic here. He was editor of daily newspaper.
Yeah, that makes sense. Any other thing?
Yeah, that's what I saw predominantly.
Awesome. Anybody belongs to Magar Lagna? And my brother's daughter was Magar Lagna, and she went with we go for a shopping, and she choose everything whatever she want. But when comes into the counter, she empty the cart, and she don't know what she want to buy. But that kind of the exact weakness I saw her. But she's damn beautiful. Yeah, most of the things is matched with her. Okay. I hope I need the time. Can we close the class today? Do you have any questions? Oh, nobody have any questions. Wow. One thing is I really teach very well, or other things I didn't teach anything. Okay, anyway. No questions, right?
No, Vanita. All clear.
That's awesome. Okay, we'll see you next week then. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vanita.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anita.